Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We're also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebar2go.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we discuss the return of Babe Ruth's Reserve. My name is Justine Mays. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guest, Kathy Cool.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hello.
I feel like that could be a tongue twister.
Babe Ruth's Reserve.
Yeah. Babe Ruth's Reserve.
I had to say it slow so I didn't slur or something.
You got it.
Slurring is acceptable on the Bourbon Daily.
On the Bourbon Daily, you can go with it. Not every show, but the Bourbon Daily, yes.
Bourbon Daily, it's acceptable.
Yeah.
And it's our 4th show that we're recording. So
it is, and it's late. It's late.
We started late.
And we're on a Saturday. We don't normally work on Saturdays.
I
Pre-drinking.
I've been drinking White Claw all day long.
Oh God, Justine.
Justine, we hold you in such high regard.
So this
happens.
My problem. My ex-sister-in-law was in charge of beverages for my nephew's open house, and that's what she drinks.
So
it was either that
to an event. I take my own booze.
Yeah, take your own booze.
It was either that or Miller Lite, and I don't like beer. I like beer that doesn't taste like beer.
I went to a family function. I took my own 375 of a Neely product.
Okay.
A little ginger beer and my own cup.
Okay. She did her.
I go prepared.
She was prepared. Justine wasn't. She had to just live with what was there. Yeah.
I was more focused on the 200 fruit kebabs that I had to make today.
I didn't have to make anything.
Yeah, the fruit kebabs. Justine was the fruit kebab.
200 fruit kebabs.
It's a lot of fruit kebabs.
Yeah. They were a hit. I didn't bring any home. They were gone.
Really?
Yeah.
That would be like a couple cans of pineapple chunks and some strawberries.
Okay. That's very essential. Very essential. It's just so essential.
The request, which was a majority of them,
I knew a lady from Alabama once said that. Her wall behind her bed was red because it's very sensual. It's just so sensual. Just so sensual. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant like essential.
No, like sensual, but it's just she just said sensual.
Pineapples and strawberries are essential.
Yeah, they're very essential. What do you give it at Valentine's Day? Strawberries are going to be chocolate strawberries. Yeah, and we know about the pineapple. That's right.
Oh, yeah, we do. I mean, I don't. I've heard.
It has to be upside down.
Yeah. Yes, it does. Justine, you were talking about something. Kathy and I,
Sorry.
I don't know. Oh.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Fuck it.
No, I think we were going to go to the box.
Yeah,
box. We are going to the box, but Justine wasn't saying go to the box. She had something she was talking about.
I have no idea. It's fine.
You drank White Claw. That's what you
drank. White Claw. That's my problem. I drank White Claw and I can't remember.
It's been a long day.
All right.
It has.
Okay.
Orange Hunt and White Claw don't mix.
Okay. This seems to be a good one for this group. Do you feel your work-life balance offers you enough time to pursue your travel interests?
No.
Interesting.
Interesting, as they say. As my kid used to say, as like a 3-year-old. Interesting. I'm like, yes, that is indeed very interesting. I always said when she would say something wrong, I would say it wrong too to try to get her to keep saying that because it was cute. So it was interesting.
Like Piscetti.
Yeah, Piscetti or fizzers.
I used to
She was
say
like,
Rex.
I got to cut this piece of paper. Dad, is there any fizzers around here? I'm like, well, I think the fizzers are still in the drawer where they're supposed to be. I'll go get the fizzers. Yeah.
Aw.
When my younger nephew was little and he couldn't say his Y's yet, and he called yellow Lello.
Hello.
I said breakfast.
Yes.
Here was the best thing. When
Breakfast.
my sister had a son, she told him that cats were called chickens.
Uh-huh.
So when he would see a cat, he would go, chicken. Which I think is genius.
Oh, yeah. Well, there
It's
you
not
go.
that he was saying anything like,
He wasn't saying anything
Lello
wrong.
or
He was saying what he knew.
fizzers.
For him, that
It
was
was-
fact.
Chicken.
Yeah. Imagine when he's watching a TV show sometime and a chicken comes on and they're like, that's a chicken. He's like, bullshit. They don't even know what they're
know what a
talking about on
chicken
this
is.
show. These people are idiots.
Or when he goes to like order food and he's like, I'll take some chicken tenders, chicken nuggets. I mean, it all takes on a whole new meaning.
Right. Yeah. So travel, work-life balance. Justine, you said no right away. You don't think that your work allows you just enough time for that balance that you need.
I mean, no, not currently. Not for the last 3 years, but it's going to change.
It's starting to ease up, you think? You might be
No,
able to,
I'm just not putting in 110%
Okay,
anymore.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just going to be like a
Yeah.
cool 67%.
right.
So
At some point you realize.
I-
Yeah. Well,
I am in an industry where I get a 4-day work week.
okay.
So
That would be wonderful.
our particular office works Monday through Thursday.
Okay.
So every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I am off. I feel like the entire world should go to a 4-day work week.
Mm-hmm.
I think you get as much done. I mean, I'm working longer days, but I'm getting just as much done. And I am able to have an appropriate amount of time off. Now, does that mean I can travel as much as I want? Probably not, because I still have a limited amount of PTO.
Right.
But I can do a weekend trip
Yeah.
very
Without
easily.
using PTO.
Yeah. So I am definitely a huge proponent of the entire world going to 4-day work weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And if anyone knows how I can help them make that happen,
Okay.
I will get on that bandwagon.
Okay. I wonder if you had to ask people, you can either work a 5-day, 40-hour work week or a 4-day, 40-hour work week, which means you work 10 hours the days that you're working. I think most people would want to go to the 4-day work week. I
I
think
think they would too.
it's only 2 extra hours.
My friend, when I was younger, my friend and I lived together, and she worked at the hospital, and she did 312s,
Uh-huh.
and I was always jealous.
Right.
Yeah.
Her.
Just get it out of the way.
Yeah.
It's like ripping a Band-Aid off in a work sense. You get the work out of the way. Yeah. I'll tell you what, in college, I was the master. I could stack my classes. You could get it done in 2 days. So you take all your classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays. That was the ideal. Tuesdays and Thursday. You get all the Tuesday and Thursday classes. And it meant you had to get up. You were there at the first class on Thursday, and you had to take night classes with the old people in the evening because you just the way things worked out. But yeah, and the old people were annoying. And by the way, old when you're like college age, you're
Was
18,
20.
19. Yeah, if there's like a 26-year-old in there, you're like, you fucking old hag, just dragging this class down, grinding it out. Yeah, you just hate the old people. And you look back and they're like, oh, they weren't really that old back then.
See, I did mine from 8 to noon,
Okay.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then I took one class that was Tuesday, Thursday.
Oh, you ruined your Tuesday and Thursday.
But
You ruined it.
It may have been ruined. I'm sure there were better ways to do it.
Right. I had the 2
plenty
days
of
from
time
hell, but
to go
other
to
than
the
that,
bars.
oh, go to bars. We play wiffle ball. I mean, we had a full-on wiffle ball league and stats, and yeah. We invented wiffle ball league at SAUE. Yeah.
So, Steve, does your work week allow you to travel? Because your work week is part of your work is travel.
Right. It doesn't allow me to travel the amount that I would like to, for sure. I get that. And now, the shop limits me, though I figured out a way because, I grew up in corporate America, and I even had that when I came to the shop starting out. It was Jim, Darren, and I. And, if I wanted to take a week off to go to Florida, I take a week off, and then Darren and Jim fill in, and the two of them work a week then. When Jim passed away, and it's just Darren and I was like, shit, I'll never be able to take a vacation again. And then I thought, wait a second. If I have Darren work, because our work week is Monday through Sunday, so I can work Darren 40 hours Monday through Sunday. 5 days, 40 hours. What if I have Darren work, Saturday, Sunday, and I can leave on Saturday and then come back on like Thursday? I can get it to work where he's not working over amount, and so that's what I do now. My vacations are different, so I get to still do them. So those are nice to be able to do that, though. When you own a bunch of businesses, you don't ever really get the vacation. That's the thing too. That's the kick in the nuts. You're always working at all times, and shit always goes wrong when you're not there. By the way, when I'm not there, something's going wrong. AC's going out. You name it. Something bad's happening. So no, so you don't get to take as much time as you'd like, but when I retire, I'm going to take a lot of time. That's what I'm going to do. Just travel. So I'll get there. That's
everyone who goes to the barrel shop appreciates your sacrifice.
I hope. I don't think they do. I think people.
When I go to the barrel shop, I appreciate your
I think Kathy appreciates me. I think she's the only person who appreciates me. I don't think anybody else does. I think that I'm just I'm an asshole. I have a business that they like to go to, but it's like, man, if that prick wasn't around there, this would be really awesome. That's what I feel like. I don't know whether that's true or not, but that's how I feel.
I don't think that's true.
Really? Do you think people like me? I even like when I'm doing events, I feel like they think I'm Ticketmaster. I'm the guy who sells them the ticket, when they get to have all the fun there, and I'm just in their way. I don't add to anything. I'm just, and really, I'm doing all the work behind the scenes and making sure all the shit works, but I don't think anybody sees it. There's like, that's a great event. Yeah. Boy, this guy that makes the money off this, he's a tool, though. But other than that, yeah, I don't think people. I don't know. I think maybe it's just me because it's low self-esteem, maybe that it manifests itself through assuming everyone hates me. Maybe that's the deal. I don't know what the deal is, but I never feel beloved. I just feel like I'm a guy who does shit that interests people.
This really has gone off the rails.
It has, but that's real life, right? That's what this show is. You get to hear the real deal about people. Yeah. Justine, you didn't answer the question. Whatever the question was, you didn't answer it, I don't think.
I did.
Yeah, she said no.
I said no.
Oh, Kathy didn't answer it then.
No, I did. I get 3-day weekends.
Okay. I didn't answer it then. Oh, yeah, I did.
Yeah, you did. All right. We've all answered the question.
I think that means it's time to drink.
I think we should drink.
We should drink.
I think we should drink more.
All right. On that note, it's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Kathy. She looks ready to go, and she's pumped up about this. I think it's a new bottle, I guess.
It's Becca's. It's a bottle and bond.
Okay.
And it's her blend, and it's so delicious.
Okay.
And it won me a cork bottle.
The last show when we talked about bottled and bond.
I know, right?
Okay, that was very good, very good. Justine's next. Justine, what do you got?
Oh, it has a good glurk, glurk, glurk.
Oh.
I have Green River Full Proof.
Green River.
Signed by Karen Wells.
Oh.
Oh, that was beautiful.
That was nice. She's got the lead, but hey, I still got yet to go here. I've got a Neely Family Distillery Sweet Thumb Rye. Let's see what we got here.
Slosh and squeak and
I feel like I won.
Did you even try?
I feel like I won there. I don't know. If you say I didn't win, you guys just hate me. So, yeah.
Justine,
Justine
congratulations.
Cheers. All right, we'll take a quick break, and then when we come back, Babe Ruth's Reserve is making a return. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of executive bourbon steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your executive bourbon steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your executive bourbon steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com. And now, back to the show.
Hello, this is Jeff from Iowa, and you're listening to The Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back. Today on the show, we're talking about the return of Babe Ruth's Reserve.
Yes, we are. So this came out last year. They didn't say it was going to be like a yearly thing or anything like that. And I still don't know if it is, but I do know that it's back this year. So, KK, what do we know about this? What do we know about George Herman Ruth's whiskey here?
I am prepared.
Okay.
It's a Remus brand, which comes out of Ross and Squibb.
Yeah, the Ross
or
and
MGP.
Squibb Distillery. Yeah.
They have made 8,399 bottles of it.
Okay.
One bottle for each at bat.
Okay.
If you run the QR code on each bottle, it will give you a rundown of what he did for that at bat.
I guarantee if I get one of these, it's a strikeout. That's just how I feel. That's just... Yeah.
Does it matter?
Yeah, it does. Well, of course, you want to get one that's like a home run, right? I mean, yeah. Yeah. I would think it doesn't change the whiskey or anything like that, but it would be more exciting.
Well,
what would be more
how many home runs did he have? Do you know?
714. Quite a few.
I mean,
Out of
714 out of
8,399 at bats.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Who would get a home run out of our group?
Like of the three of us? Or
out of like the ABV Network crew.
Oh, okay.
The
obviously Neil Robinson.
Do you think Neil would get a home run?
He's the godfather. If he doesn't get a home run,
yeah, that's true.
I think they're going to hear.
Yeah, he'll take you aside and tell you how it's going to be. If you know, he'll smile and be nice to you all the time, and then you think you know the guy, and then one day he puts his arm around you and says, "Could you step outside for a moment?" I'm like, oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, they would like to give him a home run. Absolutely.
He would get a home run.
Yeah.
Anybody super lucky in our crew?
Super lucky.
Super lucky. Maybe not. McNeil would probably get a home run.
Yeah.
She's due for a win, though, so that'll be good for her.
I think she's getting wins in her life.
Okay.
I do. I think she's getting wins in a way that she didn't know she wanted them.
Okay. Living in Muncie.
Yeah. So each bottle is 111 proof.
Justine would get a triple, I bet. I bet you Justine would get the rarest of. I bet you Babe Ruth didn't have that many triples because he's a big man. Certainly later in his career. He was okay earlier in his career. I bet you Justine would get a triple.
I think it would be cool to get like home run number 1 and home run number 714.
Yeah, that would be really cool. Yeah.
I don't agree that I would get that.
What do you think you would get?
Probably a strikeout. My karma.
Oh, see, I would get a can of corn.
A can of pop out?
Pop out.
I definitely get the strikeout. I'd get the strikeout looking.
He'd point out to the.
It'd be the called shot, and then he'd pop out, though. Huh?
And then he'd pop out to like shortstop.
Okay.
I would probably get like the foul ball that beamed a guy in the nose.
Okay. Well, I read an article about this. Was like an old one where there was some player, I forget his name. He was some note. He was okay, but he hit a woman in the stands with a bat, a foul ball that hit her so hard she had to be put on a stretcher and taken out of there. So as she's on the stretcher, they're pushing her out. He hits a home run, and of course they're out of the foul ball territory now. They're in fair territory. He hits her on the stretcher.
Oh my gosh!
Same woman hit her twice.
And then the ambulance got struck by lightning.
If she would get a bottle, it would be the strikeout bottle for sure. That's someone without good luck right there. Could you imagine? Could you be in that much pain and be like, "Oh my God, it hurts so bad," and also you get hit again? God damn!
Like
that's a bad day.
Out.
She for sure broke a mirror that morning.
Yes.
I think now they wait until they have evacuated the victim completely out of the stands before
Probably
they
after that. Probably after. Now we know why.
Right?
Yeah. All right, KK. What do you got?
Okay. It's the SRP is $149.99.
Okay.
It's 111 proof. I don't know what the significance of that is.
No, I don't know either.
Is that like a stat of his?
Not that I know of. I mean,
okay.
You know.
It is a high rye bourbon, so it's 44 rye, 49. Sorry. It's a medley of 3 high rye mash bills.
Yes.
Lots of rye.
Yeah. So they're bourbons, but they're high rye. So your percent ryes are 44%, 49%, and 36%. You don't find out what the other ones are, but it's probably, yeah.
It's the
That's
secret
a good
sauce.
high rye.
That is a good
secret sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, of course, with his time period, it's an Art Deco themed bottle. I would love to find this.
Yeah. I'll see if we can get some at the shop. We might be able to. I don't know how popular it is. You know, we sometimes can get things. Yeah. And then we'll.
I mean, there's 8,400 bottles going out.
I wonder if you buy it, if you can look at the ones on the shelf and scan the QR codes, or there's something that you have to open up to get to see that to scan it.
I feel like if they did their marketing right, you have to buy it in order to scan it.
I would think so too.
People
Right.
are just going to be sitting there scanning, looking for the one that they want.
Right.
Like maybe it's in a box or.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that could be. Yeah.
Well, but that's fun.
If I can get them, Kathy, we'll both get one at the same time, and then we'll see who does better. Who does better? Yeah. No. I guarantee I'm getting a strikeout. I'm getting everything. Everything's a contest. Yeah.
Did he actually have strikeouts?
Did he? Yeah, he struck out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know that much about baseball, so I have no idea.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He, when you're a big hitter, you typically have a lot of strikeouts too. So I think he was a victim of that. But overall, he was actually a pretty solid hitter. But
So,
Struck out.
to the listeners, if they're in the St. Louis area and Steve and I are able to acquire these bottles, we will do a Bourbon Daily at the bar.
We'll do it at the bar. We'll reveal it at the
While
bar.
you open it.
Yeah. We'll open it at the bar and we'll do a show. So we'll see.
Absolutely.
Live Bourbon Daily.
Yeah, we'll do a Bourbon Daily where we see what we do. We'll see who does better. So, yeah. Man, I hope I get a home run.
And I don't care. So
You care. You said, what if you got home run number 1? You would be happy about that.
I mean, for $150, I want a fucking home run.
Exactly.
yeah, no, I just think it's fun.
Okay. Walked, you'd be just happy. You'd be like, oh, this is
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah.
What about home run 69?
That's Tony's.
I mean, it's probably the last time I'll see one of those, so okay.
I don't know. We'll see.
You said it first.
I guess I did. All right. On that note, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. KK, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at KKCaststrength.
All right, Justine.
You can find me on Instagram at JA_Maze.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find at Steve Akeley, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We also have a company website. Now, this thing's abvnetwork.com. You're going to check that out. Everything that we do is out there. Also, you can come by and see me. I'm hanging out at the ABV Barrel Shop. I'm there at least 5 days a week, sometimes all 7. It depends on what's going on. So you can find out what's going on in terms of classes, events, anniversary parties, all that, and so much more over at abvbarrelshop.com. Anything else to say before we get out of here, Justine?
I would like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. Also, if you like what we're doing, please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/theABV Network.
Great job today, gang. Fartance, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace. Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you are in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.